Alright, so I'm not going to lie, I really enjoyed the PRISMS update. Having flying mounts to hunt for is something that has been keeping me busy for about 12 hours at this point, but in this video I want to go over some of the best practices that you should also use if you want to get them faster, easier, and get some of the best looking specimens out there. But I also want to talk some of the other things about the new update, including how to make the most out of it, and most important, a bit later in the video, there's also the subject of the new AI bot sort of thing that has been added in most space stations. So let's jump right into it. Now, if you're watching this video, chances are that you're here for the flying mounts first, which were previously untamable, at least the exotic ones. Well, here are some of the things that I've been doing to make the hunting way more easy, and of course you can do the hunt in almost any type of system, even in yellow ones. The only recommendation that I have is to pick systems that have as many planets as possible. Reason being is this also gives you a lot more chances to find rare fauna. Obviously, if you want the crazier looking anomaly kinds of fauna, then you will want to go maybe into like blue, red, or green systems, but everything that I'm about to show you here in this video has been found in yellow systems as it is. So from this point on, you will reach your system, and what you're going to want to do is to look at the discoveries tab, and you will see that all of the planets are grayed out. Reason being is because you will want to first land on them before you get access to the other sub menus. And to be more specific, the one that you will look for the most is going to be this one with the fauna. This already paints a pretty good picture of what to expect from this planet, even though these creatures have not yet been found, because it already lists their rarity and where you can find them. So for example, this is an amazing planet to be on, because out of the 7 or so creatures that we have in this list, 6 of them are listed as rare, which means that we have a very high chance to get a really nice exotic looking creature like a beetle or maybe some other kind of dragonfly looking thing. That is possible because there's so many rares right here. In contrast to that, a bad planet will look something like this. Very few creatures being listed, with most of them being common or uncommon at most, and in such a situation I would immediately leave that planet without even a hesitation. So in the case of the good planet I showed you, one of the first creatures that I was able to discover was one of these beetles, and yeah, it's already a mount that you can tame and fly with. It comes with some advantages that I will cover in just a little bit, but this is basically the process right here. Now, here is another disclaimer that I have for you. Just because it lists a certain creature as a rare, it doesn't mean all of them will be of this exotic nature. Like for example, even the regular models like this one right here can be listed as rare. Now, another thing that I will want to mention is the fact that if you're looking for a flying mount, don't just look for a creature that is listed as flying, because for example, if you look at the beetle, I'm not sure if this is bugged or intended, it's actually being listed as a ground kind of creature, even though technically speaking it flies just like every other creature. On the other hand, if you're looking for something like a dragonfly or a butterfly, then yes, in that situation it will be listed as flying, but both of these are actually of rare quality still, so that rare, that still has to be over there if you're looking for it. Now, there are some advantages and disadvantages to having a flying mount. The biggest advantage is the fact that it's a quick, accessible way to flight, and you don't have to cast your ship, you can just fly with these. A lot of them actually fly very high up. As a matter of fact, I think that butterflies are the best at flying, period, because they tend to go the highest. Dragonflies as well, but like regular butterflies are just amazing because they tend to climb a lot over the surfaces in front of you. So if you go over a mountain or a slight formation of land, it will go way high over it, so you can really get some nice height over there and maybe like help you at traversal and whatnot. It also helps you over water, by the way. Yes, I found that to be the case, but not too much. Here is the downside. Yes, your beetle or your butterfly can fly over the water, but at some point it will descend below it. which is a problem because then it means you cannot use it anymore. So if there's a body of water that isn't too large, you can actually use your flying mount to go over it, but otherwise, if the body of water is as big as an ocean or sea or anything bigger than a regular sized river, then you are going to have this problem. By the way, if you want to find these mounts that I'm showing in this video, here are a couple of coordinates. The first one right here is going to be for that butterfly, the green one on one of my base planets, and the dragonfly one is going to be this right here on this volcanic looking planet, and honestly also my favorite. Moving on though, there are a couple of other additions in the game that I do want to talk about, and one of them is a pretty big quality of life change, and that's gonna be this synthesis lab that has been added on the space anomaly, and you can access it from the terminal right here on to the right side. This partially replaces manufacturing facilities because it gives you access to the same upgrades and unlocks as a manufacturing facility does, except in the case of the old manufacturing facilities, you would unlock those with the 2 points that you would get per each of those buildings. Meanwhile, back onto the space anomaly, these will only cost nanites, 250 for each of these unlocks from what I'm able to see. So this means, yeah, you can more easily unlock all of these devices and use them if assuming you got a nice stash of nanites. It helps you a lot if you want to set something like a living glass farm or maybe like a stasis device farm, assuming that you're going for that. Yeah, you're gonna be able to unlock these super quick and super easy on top of the other upgrades like the Alice Pass and everything else in between. But on a final note, I do want to discuss about a very important topic of the space stations and the fact that now there is a space station AI controllers sort of thing that is over there in the back. There's even a computer terminal that you can access right now, but because you're lacking the necessary key, chances are that you're not going to do much with it. Well, I did get my hand on one of those keys. It's called a station override, and yes, I did use a little bit of cheating to get it, but the reason for that is because I wanted to read what it is about, what it does, and it is categorized as a curiosity, which means that this is a mission item, a quest item, so it's likely going to be tied in to a future event, so maybe something like a number 3 expedition that should drop any day now. But this is an AI master key, a portable data drive containing the AI override codes for a space station core. The importance of the station AI core ensures that such keys are both highly regulated and extremely profitable on the black market. So at least I think that this also acts a bit as a trading commodity. It costs about a little bit over 250,000 units, though I'm not really sure if it's truly going to be something that you will want to trade, especially since this might be a one-time kind of item or something that you won't be able to farm exclusively or extensively at the very least. But unfortunately, Hello Games did predict we would do something like this, and here is the result if you go in and input it. Once you go in, you can choose the option to override the station, and it gives a counterfeit code detected error, and it gives you an access denied code. So yeah, they pretty much anticipated we would do this because we always do this. I'm kinda, you know, glad that they did it in this way because it then doesn't spoil whatever it is behind this AI core that the space anomaly, well, space station now has. So definitely tied into a future event, be it an expedition or some other kind of different event, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be an expedition one. And whatever it is, I'm excited for it because it looks awesome. I like the new changes, but let me know down below what is your opinion of the new PRISMS update. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.